because I always catch something when I'm on a plane. But we don't do what we know we should do necessarily every day. I'm sure there are 3 or 4 people in this room that every day you stick to your program, but most of us don't have a program. And some of us have a program and don't stick to it. Wealth, you know, people want wealth. And we'll see that in another slide in a minute. So I wanted to tell you what people are hoping for. And again, that means they have a bullseye on the wall and they have resources and they're saying, I'm going to marshal these resources in some way so that I can hit that bullseye down the road. That's the bullseye. Less than 3% of the people said some of the other things that are on your mind. That means very few people have those other bullseyes. Okay? Now, do we change the bullseye, or do we go where the students are, go where people are, and help them get to their goals in one way or another?
I was just going to ask for clarification on God. Is that relationship with
Stronger relationship with God. Okay. Stronger relationship with God. That's exactly what they were talking about. Yep. Any other clarifications needed? Yep.
Friendship.
Friendship is, for Americans, is less than 3%, but it does pop up across the world here and there. So it's on the long list, but it's not more than 3% of the population.
Happiness is number 3, but is there, did any of the people make a distinction between happiness and joy?
Yeah, and we roll those in, you know, so we can only be so discreet when we're doing the coding. But I do remember some joy, be joyful, you know, celebrate my life every day, those kinds of statements. Mm-hmm. So some people in the 1,000 really got to that deeper level of joy or that deeper level of meaning. Yeah, one or the other. Most people said, I want to be happy.
Anyone say freedom or autonomy?
Freedom is lower on the Americans list and higher on a lot of nations that are unstable. Okay, so it would pop up. These pop up on most lists across the world, but in job and happiness pop up on almost all lists. But that one pops up on a lot of lists in unstable regions, and you know, 1/3 or more of the regions in the world are unstable, so it does pop up.
What about autonomy? What the sense of being?
People don't have a great sense of themselves when they come to talk. When they talk about the future, they don't necessarily talk about self-directedness or self-determinism or autonomy. It's probably couched in there, but they don't really articulate it. Now let's go on to this next slide. I'll come right back. I want to change these questions. And we do change these questions, and we ask students, lots of different researchers ask students, why go to college? So what are your hopes and wishes for the future? A related question about hoping for the future relates to college. Why go to college? Who makes you feel like you matter? Another engagement spinoff would be, why stay in college? Because we can get people to go. We just can't get them all to stay. Okay? And then the last one is, how will college change your life? How will college change your life? That's another well-being question. So you're investing a lot in college. You're expecting a lot of things. How will it change your life? And hopefully you'll come out a better person, feeling good, with more meaning and substance and knowledge. So that's maybe how college changes your life. Let me give you one of the big answers. And you've seen this is the CERT data. And I just love this slide because I get to click a lot. Maybe. Or maybe not. Oh, that's the line we hate. Right? It's the green, it's the money line. All right? So why go to college? Well, how many people said this is a very important reason or an important reason for going to college? In the 60s, 40%, 41%. In 2006, 73, 74%. So this is one of the important reasons why I'm going to college. Okay? And then the next thing, raising a family. And people kind of, you know, link that in very closely to having money nowadays. And it used to be more equally important to folks, 70-something% in the 70s when it was added. So it's about the same place, but what's happened is it now commingles with having money. So maybe something about our culture shifted that said, if you're going to raise a family, you have to have a lot of money. And so you're going to go to college, you need money and family. You know, that's that end goal down there. Wealth, close to family. Okay? Then we add in a few things that maybe get us excited. Develop a meaningful philosophy of life. Not so much. 80-something% in the 60s, and then 40-something% in 2006. So we've had a trade-off. I mean, we had that nice little crossing of the lines there in the 70s. Maybe Carter made us think about a whole new world. I don't think so. But who knows what happened in the 70s? You may know what happened in the 70s. And we're able to... Reagan? All right. Blame it on Carter or Reagan. I'm always... You got both there. But something happened there, and we started looking at the world very differently. Helping others stayed about the same over time, and then becoming a community leader went up over time. Okay? But people are still telling us through these things, I want wealth, and I want a good family that's close to me. Okay? Now, I used to, when I think about these days, I used to think those crummy little monkeys. They just want to come to this school and get a job and get wealthy. And then I thought about, why did I go to college? You know, here's why I went to college. In my hometown, you worked in the oil field, or you went to college. I worked in the oil field for 3 summers. Wearing denim from head to toe in 100-degree heat with 100% humidity and catching yourself on fire does not make for a good summer. So I said to myself, I'm going to college. My brother was the first person to go to college in our family and finish. I am the last. Parish hopefully will be among the next. But it's missed a lot of branches of our family and generations. But I went to college because I wanted a good job so I could provide for my family and not be offshore half. A lot of my friends saw their dads half the year, literally. Or when Russian oil fields opened up, their dads would go away for 2 years at a time. So the reality of my community suggested, hey, you might want to go to college. My brother paved the way, and then I was able to follow his path. So when I realized, I was like, you know what? I'd probably be in that green line. I might be in that green line. I might have answered this survey. And then the next thing for me would have been raising a family in that blue line. That's where my goals were. Now we'll come back again to what we're hoping for, but I do want to say that why stay in college? I'll show you some data. If we're not engaged, we don't stay in college. And engagement and well-being have this close tie. We'll talk more about that. How will college change your life? We have data. I'm not going to share this with you because it's preliminary in terms of real slides, but college well-being peaks when you're a freshman. Then it goes down. And you've seen that in some of your data. That just hurts my heart. That just hurts my heart. And I've watched this in students. I've watched them. And it's not just, oh, they're dealing with reality now. You know, that's why they're sad and depressed. No, I see them come to college with joy, enthusiasm, hope, and zest. And then they leave college tired. You know? And yeah, we leave our work week tired, but we don't need to gift that to our college students. So I worry about this one quite a bit. I'm not just going to bum you out. Okay, I'm going to try to lift you up towards the end. Okay? Dan Kahneman did a study about, bear with me, okay, proctology exams. You always want to end with less pain than you started with. That was one of the key findings. So we'll try to end with less pain than we start with. What are your hopes and wishes for the future? Why go to college? I'm grappling with this. I'm not telling you this is the reason. But I think we're not asking the right questions. Remember that great scene in Indiana Jones, the first one? The Nazis are digging over there for the Ark of the Covenant. And then Indy's friend comes to him and goes, Indy, I'm digging in the